Hey there, welcome to the International Knowledge. Today we will be talking about top 10 Middle Eastern cuisines according to me. And before we begin, let me tell you to please subscribe, comment, like this video, and follow us on Instagram at the Experiment Kitchen. And don't forget to leave your comments down below. It's very, very important for us. So let's begin. First dish is grape leaves, stuffed grape leaves. In Arabic it's called warak ainab. It is basically blanched grape leaves with a filling, whether it's either with meat and rice or just vegetarian with just rice and tomatoes. So you just for this recipe you will need blanched grape leaves. Then you will need some tomatoes. They add tomatoes for an additional flavor. Then also they add greens such as mint. The mint gives it a more like a Middle Eastern flavor. They add green onion. You could use red or white onion as well. And rice. Rice is one of the main ingredients as it is mixed with the meat. And the spices. Spices are one of the most essential ingredients as it will give us the flavorings. It will bring out the flavors. Then we have olive oil. Olive oil is to be used. It is advised to use olive oil, but you could use any oil as well. And then also lemon, a lot of lemon. It's very essential. And of course, meat, minced meat. Usually it's minced lamb. You could also use minced beef. And this is the second one is the stuffed cabbage leaves. In Arabic it's called malfouf. You will need blanched cabbage leaves so that they're soft, easy to roll. And then we can add garlic, a lot of garlic. And we also can add onion. You could use white, you could use red, you could use yellow, you could even use green onion if you would like. And like these stuffed grape leaves, one of the most important and essential ingredients are the meat, minced meat, and rice, as it's mixed together, and this is the main filling. Also, you have to add some greens, or if you don't like, then you could omit the step, but you could add greens such as parsley. Then there's potatoes. Sliced potatoes are added for extra. The third one is juz mallow or molokhia, and it is mainly served with chicken. You could also go vegetarian and serve it without a chicken, and it's usually served over rice. For this you will need the juz mallow or the molokhia, and then you will need a lot of lemon. It will help bring out the flavors. And spices, like any other dish in the world, spices and salt is one of the most important essential ingredients in any dish. There's also some onion, which has been sauteed before you add it in the juz mallow, and chicken. And as I mentioned before, you could omit the step if you would like it to make it vegetarian. Then we have mansaf. Mansaf is basically yogurt lamb pieces, lamb shanks that have been that have been marinated in yogurt, and they're served over rice, and the rice is served over a lavash bread. For this you will need lamb, a lot of lamb. And you can even add lamb fat or any kind of meat fat, curd or something like that. And then you could add we need for serving the rice some onions. You could omit onions. You could use garlic instead, or green onions. Some spices and salt and pepper also important. And turmeric. You could omit turmeric if you couldn't find it easily, or if you don't like the taste of turmeric, but it's going to give a beautiful flavor and color. And of course, one of the most essentials in the mansaf recipe is the yogurt, as it's used for the marination process. And pine nuts to top the meat and the rice. Then we have mujaddara. Mujaddara is also sometimes called as kushari. It is basically rice with brown lentils. Sometimes the Egyptian version they add pasta and chickpeas and just a lot of grains, and it's topped off with with fried onions and with some tomato sauce. So you will need brown lentils, rice. Rice is the main ingredient here. And you will need a lot of onions. You could use any kind of onion, but mainly it's used like white or yellow. You need to fry it really well. It uses up a lot of oil, and pine nuts to top it off. The next one is called musakhan. It is basically a chicken with sumac served over lavash bread. It could be as a meal, or it could be made into rolls, almost like spring rolls, but not really spring rolls. For this you will need some chicken. You could use chicken drumsticks, you could use chicken breast, anything really. You would need a lot of onion, like with the mujaddara, since it is chicken and sumac and onion dish. And this is the main also ingredient. It's the sumac. Sumac is very, very tasty actually. The next dish is called shish barak. Now shish barak is mainly, it could be served in a soup of yogurt, or it could be served as it's shown here, just on a plate with like a little bit of sour cream or yogurt on top with some greens. And you really could serve it with rice or just like as is. It's up to you. For this you will need a ready dough. It's almost the same for like dumplings. It's basically dumplings, meat dumplings. And then you will need minced meat. Usually it's minced lamb or minced beef, as it is very fatty. And yogurt is one of the main ingredients. They usually use like 1 kg of yogurt for this recipe. You will need some spices and salt and everything that you could find in your pantry really. The next one is a salad. It's called tabbouleh. I think all over the world they know the salad. It's basically called in English a parsley salad. It could be translated to a parsley salad. So for this salad you would need parsley, a lot of chopped parsley, and you need to chop it really finely. Then the next ingredient is fine burgul. In Arabic it's called burghul. There are big ones and there are the fine ones. You need the fine ones. Then one of the most essential ingredients is the pomegranate molasses. It gives a sour feeling. And then there's of course tomatoes, and you top it off with the pomegranate molasses, the olive oil, salt, lemon, to give it a sour taste. It should be sour, but not really sour, but like, yeah, up to your liking actually. The next is also a salad. It's called fattoush. It's translated to like bread salad. It is served with very fried or baked pieces of pita bread. You will need a lot of lettuce, as any other salad really, and you will need pita bread, which you have cut into small squares or diamond shapes or whatever really, and fry them or bake them. I prefer to fry them. Then there's also cucumber for a crunch, and essential ingredient is also radishes, red radishes. They are actually essential because without this ingredient, the fattoush is not fattoush. You would also need some tomatoes. You could use cherry tomatoes as they're smaller and easier to cut, and mint. You could use fresh mint that has been chopped finely, or you could use dried mint. And as with the musakhan, also sumac is being used in the topping of the salad with olive oil. And if you'd like to add, you can add also green onions or really any kind of onion, or you could completely omit the onion. And these are my top 10 favorite and most delicious Arabic, Middle Eastern, Levantine dishes. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, click the notification button, and don't forget to comment saying your opinions about our starting channel. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye!